What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video where today I've got my first ever football related video on the channel, where today we'll be ranking every team of the 20 qualified Euro 2021 teams' chances of winning the competition. Now, obviously, it's a huge shame that this summer's competition has been cancelled, but of course, it is for a better cause. We don't want the virus spreading, so for now, I'm doing a long-term 12-month prediction. I thought I'd be doing like a 1-month one, but instead, 12 months, so if I pull this off, it's going to be even more impressive. Now, it's going to be a 2-part episode or video, so make sure you come back next week for part 2. Press the red button and turn on notifications to see all the good stuff. Other than that, let's get right into the countdown, number 20. Kicking off the countdown in 20th place, we have first-time qualifiers Finland. Now, despite a strong qualifying campaign in which they ousted both Greece and Bosnia to take a spot at the Euros for the first time in their history, I reckon this side will really struggle to make it much further than the group stages. The form of star striker Teemu Pukki is going to play a huge role in how far this team can go. With a strong backline and also Leverkusen keeper Lucas Hradecky, maybe, just maybe, they can make a few surprises in Group B. Following on from the Finns, it's going to be the first of the British sides, only 2 to qualify, is obviously going to be Wales. Now, while some would say that they are an underdog and they could do better than maybe 19th in the rankings, I've put them here. They've got an aging side. Gareth Bale isn't the player that he was 5 or 6 years ago. Aaron Ramsey is not getting any younger, and some of the leaders of the squad, like the likes of Ashley Williams and Wayne Hennessy, will probably be out of the squad, will be very, very old and slow by the tournament kicks around next time. However, one man to watch in this side will be Bournemouth's David Brooks, just 22 years of age currently, and only going to get better with time. Another season under his belt, and he could really start for them, be the next Hal Robinson-Kanu, but none of the teams around them are pushovers, so I can't see them getting too far. In 18th place, it is the Czech Republic, a Euros regular side who's actually qualified 9 times, more than Italy, or equal to Italy, sorry. They really do show up at tournaments. However, this time round, I cannot see it being their year. The loss of the stars from the 2000s, the Tomáš Rosickýs, the Petr Cechs, they're all gone and they're finished. But the new generation just seems to lack that little bit of pizzazz, so I think they'll be headed home in the group stages unless they can pull off some kind of a shot. The one man that maybe they can pull off a surprise, and the man to watch out for over the next 12 months is going to be Patrick Schick of RB Leipzig. However, if Timo Werner doesn't leave, he's probably going to struggle to get game time, and the goals will really dry up for this Czech side, and I can't see them getting past either England or Croatia. In 17th place is another Scandinavian side. This time it's gonna be Sweden. After a standout performance at the 2018 World Cup, as they ran all the way to the quarterfinals, we beat them, I can't see that run repeating itself. Zlatan Ibrahimovic will be 39 years of age by the tournament kicks around. Unless they can find a replacement for that man, I just can't see them getting the goals that will see them make it to the knockout stages. However, they may just have a hope. Alexander Isak, the Real Sociedad youngster, has already bagged 14 goals in all competitions this season and is quickly improving, and alongside the likes of Odegaard, coming up as some of the best youngsters in world football. He may be a bit too early for this competition, but in future years, this could be a side to watch. Juventus have also got Kulusevski, and they've got players like Victor Lindelof and Emil Forsberg who have a ton of European experience, but for this competition, I think it'll be a challenge to see them reach the knockouts. In 16th place, it's the first of the sides that I really think could make a dent in this competition, and that is going to be Ukraine. Now, the reason that I've put them this high up the list is that they have a very strong domestic side, with a lot of their players coming from the teams of Shakhtar Donetsk and Dynamo Kiev, who will have a lot of experience, therefore, in Champions League and Europa League games, which may give them the edge on a big game night like in the Euro 2021 competition. Also, you look through their side and they have a lot of exciting players and a lot of exciting stars. Conor Polyanka, former Sevilla and I believe PSG man, Yarmolenko of West Ham has a lot of Premier League experience, and former Brazilian Marlos will certainly bring the flair. Also, young players in the likes of Zinchenko at Manchester City will only get better under Pep Guardiola, and Andriy Lunin, while the highest potential keepers in the world and probably the future of Real Madrid, also going to be playing for them probably for the next 10 years. This is his first opportunity to prove it, so I reckon if things go their way, maybe they can push it into the last 16 and maybe even into the quarterfinals. But there's one weakness with this side, and that is a lack of a figure up front. The likes of Shevchenko are long gone, and they haven't got a striker who scored more than 8 international goals. Halfway through today's list, and it is the Turkish appearing at their first international competition in 19 years. And I've got to say, they look like they might just impress, finishing just 2 points behind world champions France in their qualifying group, picking up an impressive 23 points. Now, similar to Ukraine, this side has a lot of domestic players, and that means they can sneak under the radar and maybe impress a lot of people and come out of things with largely unknowns, a similar play style, and shock a lot of teams. Also, considering the group that they have gives them good odds. Switzerland and Wales, neither of them are top 5, top 6 sides, so have a good chance of progressing to the knockouts in a very strong position. Sprinkling the stars like Cenk Tosun and Senzin Under, and this side could certainly make it into the last 8. In 14th place, it's Austria. A poor reputation in international competitions really dims what is a very strong side. They've really struggled when it comes to the World Cups and Euros in recent years, but the team itself has got some real quality to it. They look like they may not qualify as well, with 2 defeats in their opening 2 qualifying matches, but 6 wins in their last 8, and they did manage to pick off, I believe it was Israel, to make sure they did get that second spot behind Poland. The side itself has a strong Bundesliga flavour to it, with probably around 12 to 13 of the players from the squad going to be from that league. Looking through, they have a very consistent side. David Alaba is of course the star, but they've got more players to add on to that. Look at the young members in their team, the likes of Sabitzer, Grealish and Gregoric, all in their mid-20s and should be hitting their peaks around the time of this competition. Another man to watch out for though is going to be star striker Marko Arnautovic, who West Ham fans and maybe not so much Stoke fans will remember fondly. And then in 13th place, it's 2018 World Cup host Russia, after a brilliant run as they knocked out Spain to reach the quarter-finals of the World Cup. They'll be hoping to impress once again. In qualifying, they were bested by Belgium and Red Devils, but beating every other side in their group other than the 2 defeats to the Belgians is a pretty good record going into the competition. And their squad really combines a mixture of young exuberance and an experienced old guard, which I really think will make a perfect balance for the competition. Lethal up top is of course their captain actually Zayuba, who has bagged 24 goals in just 42 international appearances. An absolutely striking record, similar in goal tally to likes of Defoe, very different in size. He's about 6'5". Other players to watch out for though, you've got Golovin and Cheryshev. Both have been promising youngsters who haven't really had their careers take off, so they will both have points to prove. If their cards fall in the right way, we could certainly see them heading back to the quarterfinals. In 12th place in the rankings, it is Poland. Now, this is the 4th straight European competition that they have qualified, really securing their spot as a main side when it comes to European football in recent years. However, this will probably be their last chance to utilise superstar striker Robert Lewandowski whilst he is still in his prime. He will be 32 years of age when the tournament kicks around, but however, he seems to be aging similar to the likes of Ronaldo, where he's keeping up the pressure and has been top scorer in the Bundesliga for as long as anybody can remember. However, to knock this side off as a one-trick pony would be very, very harsh. They finished obviously top of a tough Group G, beating off, I believe it was Denmark and Hungary to take that leading spot. But players to keep an eye out for is not just Robert. Kamil Grosicki, of I believe he's at Stade Rennais, is a great little cheeky winger that many players don't know about and will very underestimate. He's serving a lot of those balls in. Blazikowski may still be in the squad, but may have passed on and retired by the stage of competition runs around. And of course, you've got Napoli Gio Zielinski and I don't know how to say his first name, Milik, who will both be up there as favourites. Spain will be the favourites to win the group, but they should certainly be able to cruise through in 2nd place. And the final team on today's list in place 11 is going to be Denmark. Now, the 1992 winners certainly aren't the side that they were in that competition. To be honest, they weren't that big of a side then either. They really pulled off a shock. And could we see them do it again with the quality of European football at the moment? I'm going to say no, but I can certainly see them, if the cards fall in their favour, like with Russia and like with Poland, really digging deep into this competition. They've got his son of Peter Schmeichel, Kasper Schmeichel, in goal. And across the team, they really do have a very, very consistent team. The back three of Schmeichel, Christian and Kjaer is as solid as it gets for a mid-tier European country. Further up the pitch, you've got a midfield quartet of Delaney, Daniel Vass, and Lasse Schön, who obviously made the semis with Ajax in 2 years ago in the Champions League. Obviously, Eriksson is an absolute god-tier midfielder. And then up front, Yusuf Poulsen and Kasper Dolberg already have 60 caps between them, despite being 25 and 22 years of age, respectively. Meaning this Denmark side can certainly not be underrated, and maybe they can pull off a miracle, but for me, it's going to be 11th spot. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I will be talking once every week about something football related. Next week at the same time, I'll have part 2 of this video, where we count down spots 10 through to 1 to see who is my ultimate favourite to win Euro 2021. Until then, my name is Leas. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.